welcome to Music is a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean, and Music is a Day Job is brought to you by the Concert app. The Concert app is an artist accelerator app that takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best experience in independent live music. Now, today, in the headlines, a critic talked about 50 Cent's residency in Vegas, and they said it was the worst residency they've seen or whatnot. Now, the thing is, anyone can have their opinion. However, I hate that I guess you can say big media take these things up and run with them. And then they make it seem some type of way. And I'm glad 50 Cent responded to it. Now, here's the thing. Let's be real about Vegas residencies. Until Usher, that's what we'll call it. Until Usher, ain't won't nobody paying attention to Vegas residencies like that. Let's be real. Vegas residencies looked like it was the end of people's careers. That's what it looked like. It looked like it was the end of your career, and this is the only place you could go and do something. And that's what it seemed like for the longest of times. Now it seems like a prestige space. So let's talk about it from that point, not from the point as if there was tons of just amazing Vegas residencies, because it probably was, but in general, it didn't seem like that because of the way it felt with the artists that they chose. Now that Usher then came through and done the most, it now feels different. The thing that the lady has said was, she said the sound sounded bad and all this stuff like that, and didn't blame Vegas. Like, the headline don't need to be 50 tours bad. Be like 50, be like they messed over 50 because the sound sounds horrible in Vegas. But see, nobody's gonna say that. No one's gonna say because of Vegas it's bad. They're gonna say, oh, I didn't like 50, so because that's the easier shot for them. That's what it is. It's not Vegas sounds bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't want to take that shot. You see what I'm saying? Because they got to work out there and everything like that. So then they, you know what I'm saying? They change, they interpret it very different. Inside this, the thing I don't like about it is this: like, people act like, and you know, rest in peace, Frank Sinatra. People act like Frank Sinatra was doing flips. Like, let's be real with this. Let's be real. The creator of the Vegas residency, really, he ain't doing flips. And if you ain't with that type of music, it just ain't it. You feel me? So then it's just like, the people act like it's these amazing, like, you just seen Usher. That's why you feel some type. That might be why you feel some type of way. And I always say that when I compare rappers, because I'm a rapper. When I compare rappers, I used to be a dancer. I used to do Michael Jackson when I used to do Michael Jackson impersonations when I was 18, and I used to into college so I could make some money in college. And like, they used to take me to like event centers and everything, and then I'd just do a little dance and everything like that, and then I'd make money. There is a difference between rappers and performers that are like that. So then, because I always say, some of the top, like, I've seen Michael Jackson perform live. I've seen who's definitely the top of all time that I've ever seen perform live. I've also seen MC Hammer, who is my actual second best, and I've seen some of the top performers that you can ever say, but MC Hammer as a performer, like, we gotta be real. MC Hammer, you know. So then I haven't got the chance to see Usher, but I know it was amazing from everyone and how they talked about it. So then if you're looking at shows like that, then yes, it's gonna be amazing. But if we just look at shows in Vegas in general, like, let's be honest. Now, if you go to a rap show, you're expecting to see a rapper rap and do what the rapping is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just rapping. So inside to understand that, it's not that much that you gonna go between, because these is dudes who's gangsters on stage going like, yeah, let's get it. So you're in the idea of, when I go to rap shows, it's the enjoyment of wanting to hear these songs play again. And that piece of it is like, I want to hear these songs and I want to see him spit it. That's what it is. I want to see him I want to see him do the verses live. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see the swag on the verses. That's what I want to see. And that's a good feeling. I don't come to see, like, if I was to go see Chris Brown, I want to see the dance. I've seen Chris Brown in concert, I think, twice. Then yeah, I want to see the dancing and the choreography and all the wild stuff. He gonna fly through the air and all that. That's when I want to see that. But if I go to see 50, J, M or anything, I'm just wanting to hear the song and vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what people are expecting more of it, and for media sources to take it and run with it, that's crazy, because it's almost like a setup on hip hop being out there almost, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, right when one of the biggest hip hop artists come out there, let's shoot it down. We acting like Garth Brooks and all of them, when they come out there this year, they ain't gonna stand there and strum a guitar. Like, let's be real, you know what I'm saying? And if I was to go see Garth and I'm hitting the when the lightning strikes the root, when I see that, that's what I want to hear. I don't expect him to flip and anything like that. I want to see him strum the guitar, do a little extra on the guitar, and then I want to hear him sing the piece that he gonna swing. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep this in the same format, and for people to take it and run with it, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when they do that, especially with the majority of artists that perform not doing much on stage. Like, the majority of artists, especially now, do not do much. That's why people like Beyonce and Chris Brown and Usher and all of them stand out so much, is because they do a lot on stage. So for the people that don't do that much, I don't expect much. I expect what I expect, because I know who the person is and I know what the show is. So then when I see critics come out and say something random, it's just like, well, why would you say that? Because you know what you're getting from this. And the crazy piece of it is in 2023, he had the second biggest hip hop tour, which was, I think he was actually in the top 10 of like all tours. And for that to do those type of numbers and no one say anything, then randomly now it's, oh man, he could have done. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So then when I look at things like that, I think it's like, I always say, like, the get away from hip hop is always that. Like, the get away from putting hip hop in these buildings and doing that is, hey, well, let's say it's bad. Let's jump on it, and let's jump on the bandwagon of saying it's bad so we can stop this from happening over here. You know what I'm saying? That's always the getaway. I used to sit and watch venues that would, like, try to say something happened. And I remember they would have another genre show, fight break out, everybody, like tons of people, like bar brawl, everything happened. The night of the hip hop show, an argument could happen. Nobody get into a fight, nothing. An argument, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's just bad. It's just bad situations. We can't deal with these people and and all that extra." And it's like, I get what you're trying to do. I get what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see it, and that's why for a lot of my career, me throwing my own shows and everything, even building concert, I'm showing that there's whether any genre of music, but with hip hop, I'm showing that these shows are just safe and everything like that, and people come and enjoy themselves and have a good time, and that's what it's all about. And so I don't like those little, like, random things that don't have any logic to them. Like, yeah, you can have your opinion and be like, I didn't like it, I liked it, or something like that, but don't compare it. Like, when you say something like this is the worst residency, then compare it to all the residencies, and let's talk for real. Let's talk for real, because then all these historical figures that these people put in places, then I'm gonna start going at these people and being like, yo, this was trash. Like, I don't care if you think because the person was the first, second, third, or he's somebody that was popping at this time in Hollywood and all that. No, the performance was whack. Like, let's just be honest, it was whack. And we ain't going. So when we compare now, if you say, hey, I didn't like 50 Cent's performance comparative to Usher's, And then you start talking about the dynamic then, and you're like, hey, I like stuff like Usher. Great. When you start saying, you know what I'm saying, because now that this year, I think there's tons of like country artists and stuff coming and singers coming. I want to hear the same thing. If they stand in the middle of the stage and the sound ain't that good, I want to hear the quick response of this is the worst residency I've ever seen. I want to hear it. But see, I know people won't do that to specific people. So, once again, yeah, I have a problem with that. So, music is a day job. I'm your host, Sean. This is brought to you by the Concert App. Concert App is in tons of states right now. Get your shows and start building music as a day job. If you're an artist, download today. Even if you're a fan, download and start supporting these artists and coming out to their shows. If we're not in your area, definitely start telling everybody to download the app so we can see the demand and we can get out there as soon as possible. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.